this is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we get to talk about another wine from Rita, legendary producer out of Suvereto, which is the neighboring region to Bolgheri on the coast of Tuscany, just right there by the Tyrrhenian Sea. Rita is a specialist in making really wonderful, sumptuous red wines out of primarily Bordeaux varietals, but today we get to taste their Syrah. 100% Syrah per Sempre, forever. This is the 2018 bottling. I'm very excited to taste it. This wine sees 20 to 22 months of aging in new French oak and is intended to be this super stylish, gorgeous representation of how good Syrah can be in Tuscany, and it really can be really good in Tuscany. I've tasted some great examples in the past, and it's time to explore this one. So let's see what we have. Really lush and beautiful nose driven by blackberry juice and blueberries. There's a little cedar note, which I'm quite certain is coming from the oak. And then underneath that is a little bit of a green herb note, lending itself down the path perhaps of rosemary, and caramel, white and black peppercorns. There's a note that's like sun-dried tomato meets roasted red pepper, cocoa powder. There's a density to the wine. The nose is really, right now, I've just opened the bottle and the nose is really compact. So let's put some air on it. So that made the fruit more effusive. It's blackberry, blueberry, a little bit of black raspberry. There's a bay leaf note coming out now, as well as there's an inkiness to the smell of this wine. It really is super attractive, and it smells like it's going to be velvety, if you can imagine that. There's vanilla extract, vanilla bean, clove. And there's just a little hint coming in and out, a little difficult to pick up, but it's definitely there as this purple flower, violet, and maybe lavender. I think tasting it's going to help. I'll get some more flavor by tasting it and then smelling it afterwards. So let's do that. So the texture of this wine is a little bit of a surprise. The wine smells like it's going to be velvety, but it actually ends up being satiny, which is actually, to me, a bonus. And the fruit is a little more tart than expected in the nose. The lushness of the oak aging, which is very pretty on this wine, makes the fruit smell like it's going to be a little riper than it really is. And so it's taken a step back. It's tart blackberry and tart blueberry, black raspberry is there, black cherry is there. And then comes back to the oak nuances of vanilla, and there's that high-tone baking spice of cinnamon clove, all mixed in with the very Syrah-like characters of white and black pepper. And now I'm going to go see if I can find any of those herbs. So in the second sip, now that I've gotten past the initial impressions of the fruit and the texture, I am coming back to that bay leaf note, and there's a distant sort of rosemary, like a rosemary field, more so than like you're breaking it in your hands. You can smell it in that sort of distant relationship, which adds to all that fruit. It adds to the spice. It delineates itself from the oak nuance of the cinnamon and clove, and really kind of rounds out and completes this wine. Syrah has so many wonderful faces, and this is, I feel like this is a wine that's between the worlds of Northern Rhone and somewhere in the New World, where it has a lot of the texture you might expect out of the New World, but it still has that refreshing and herbal and side that you would expect out of France, which I think makes it a beautiful bridge wine for anybody that likes red wine, because it has a little bit of everything. You are going to definitely do yourself a favor by getting out and finding a bottle of Per Sempre from Rita. It is a truly sensual experience in Syrah.